Hey guys, welcome to your video notes on composite figures. So we're going to start with composite figures on grids to help us figure out the dimensions for our shapes. So the first step when we are looking at composite figures is to identify the shapes that you have in your figure. So I look at the shape over here on the left and I see a triangle right here. So I have a triangle. And then I see a rectangle right here and a rectangle, two rectangles. So the first step is to identify the shapes that you have. And then I have another rectangle right here. So I have to find the area of all three of those shapes. Now, some of you may see it a little bit different. You may also see that there's two trapezoids, or you may see a trapezoid and a rectangle. You can find it any way you want, as long as your shapes are regular polygons and you have a formula for them. So here, I know I have a triangle, so I'm going to label my triangle, and I have to write down the area equals base times height divided by 2. So I can find the area of that figure. So in order to find my base and height, remember that base and height are always right. So I find my right angle, and then I find the measurement or the dimension of the base by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 units. And then my height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. So my area of my triangle is 6 times 9 divided by 2. This cancels out and becomes 3. So the area of my triangle is 27. So I'm going to put that in there because the goal is to find the area of the whole shape. Then I have a rectangle. And I know the formula for the area of a rectangle is base times height. So I'm finding my base, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 4. And my height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So area equals 4 times 9, which is 36. So this area is 36 units squared. Then I have another rectangle, and my formula again is area equals base times height for a rectangle. And then so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my area equals 4 times 5, which equals 20. So that's 20, 36, and 27. So in order to find the total area, I have to add each of those areas up. So 27 plus 36 plus 20, and that's going to equal, I'm going to come over here and do my math. $83. So the total area of my composite figure is 83 units squared. So I'm going to come back over here and go through the process. So we identified our shapes. We wrote our formulas for those shapes. Then we substituted in numbers. And find the area. And then we add all areas up to find the composite area. Okay, so let's look at the second figure down here. And I see two trapezoids. If I draw a line right there down the middle, I have trapezoid 1 and trapezoid 2. So remember, in a trapezoid, your bases are the parallel lines. So this is base 1, this is base 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those are my bases. And then I also need to identify my height, which is from the top of my base, or it's the distance between my two bases. Okay? And it forms a right angle with the base. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is my height. So my formula for the area of a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 times the height, all divided by 2. So I'm going to substitute in numbers. Base 1 is 4, base 2 is 10, multiply by the height of 4, and then divide by 2. So this equals 14 times 4 divided by 2. So I can simplify 7 times 4, and the area is 28 units squared. So then, here I know the base of my second trapezoid is 10, and the base of my second trapezoid is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the bases are the same, and then let's see if the height is the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is. So my dimensions are the same, so my area is going to be the same. So my composite area, both of them are 28, so it's 28 times 2, or 28 plus 28, and that gives you 56 units squared for the composite area of your hexagon. Okay, so that's finding area of composite figures. Identify your shapes, and then write your formulas, substitute and solve, and then add all your areas together. Okay, so we're going to identify the shapes together, and then you're going to write the formulas and solve for the area. And then I am going to, you're going to pause the video, do that, turn it back on, and then check your work. Okay, so here, I'm going to identify the shapes with you. So here I see a triangle. It's the first thing I see. And then I also see a rectangle. So I'm going to find my base and my height, because you have to have base and height. So 1, 2, 3. So I go from the top down to the bottom where it finds, where there is a right angle right here. So I'm going to find the base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So my base equals 14, and then my height is the distance from the peak of my triangle to the base, where it forms a right angle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. So my height is 15. So use these numbers to substitute into your formula. So write your formula and then solve. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My base is 10, and my height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And solve that. Okay, in the second one down here, you have, I see a semicircle, and another semicircle, and a rectangle in the middle here. So for my semicircle, I know I need my radius to find area. So my radius is from here to here, so my radius is 3 units. My radius over here is 3 units. And then I need my base and my height for my rectangle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so find the area of those figures, turn the video back on, and then check your work. Okay, check your work, and then complete your, if you have questions, let us know. Thanks, guys.